Hello, my name is John Letonja. I'm running for counsellor in Ward 6, Etobicoke LakeShore South. I'm going to try to run it like a business or whatever the case may be, or suggested to run it as a business. I'm not taxing people. I won't vote for any new taxes. Land transfer tax, I'd like to see that gone. I also like to have a new referendum that I want to pay for my own self, out of my own money. Not the taxpayers' money, and start up so everybody can vote. So you can vote. You tell me what to do. I want you to be my boss, right? Otherwise, it's like one side. Who can? If I have some suggestion, I'll let you know the suggestion. You say nay or yay, or and go with that. And you come up with suggestions too, right? Because I have more the merrier, please. I like that, and I'll pay for that myself and not from the taxpayers' money. And I'd like to see on purchase of items like say for instance, if price laid is a price paid, what you do is you buy something for $3 or $100 or whatever. That's the price that you pay. The taxes are built into the receipt. Okay, so. Like, you go there and it's like, okay, you're hunting for change. Okay, where's that extra, 35 cents or, extra $50 or whatever the case, whatever item you're buying, right? And it's just because it's just like kind of a headache for me too, right? Because I go there and I buy something and I go, and all of a sudden, I guess you got to barter sometimes, right? But it's still, it's kind of hard, right? So you like to see a price laid, price paid. At least you walk in and you see, okay, I want that, I don't want to buy that. And okay, it costs you $50, okay, good enough, thanks. At least you're happy and they're happy and whatever the case may be. So, and I'm happy to see that. So I also want better education, better workshops, better adult communities, students, activities. I like to see something better like that. Like, I want to start up, activity programs and whatever. I got a new sport that I want to put out, and hopefully it works. So, better to get to, utilize some more fields, right? Because, and to get, people active, right? So that's what, you don't have to be active. You don't want, you can always sit at home and relax, right? That's, it's not a bad thing too, because it's a hard day at work, hard day, it's frustrating, busy life, right, for everybody. So I want to start that so people can, be active and better education, teach them how to do things, and, put people, the line of sight for the line of job that you want to get. We'll try to figure that out, whatever, what it is, right? So, I'm trying to work on that. Also, on transportation. I don't like to see the fares go up. I like to see a better service. They say, how do you pay for prices for subways and all that kind of stuff? There's timeline subways. I was thinking, building, right? So they say $335 million for a kilometer of subway to be built, right? For $100 million, you can build a subway, right? And they're called timeline subways. Basically, a subway goes in, go into a station, they pull out, and they go into another station. And then you can always, if you have more money, then you can build dual timeline subways, right? Like, whatever the case. But it's one specific line you go through, or whatever the case may be. It's all time sharing, right? Not a line. And that's a lot cheaper, trust me. That is a lot cheaper. Probably a lot more efficient either. So, and that's why... go for that. Like, I like to go for that, right? It's not hard to build. Trust me, it's not hard to build. Engineers are supposed to be, smart people, and which they are, but some aren't. But but that's the way it goes. I can show, I can propose, and whatever the case may be. They instead of spending $350 million for 1 kilometer in one station, like, whoa, where do you get the money to do that, right? So that's my proposal, right? And they talk about the Garden Expressway, and they want to tear it down, whatever the case may be. Modify the Garden Expressway. It's easy to do. It's easy to do, and it's less expensive. They say $40 million to tear down a little section of a highway. Like, $40 million. Just give me the machinery. The machinery is only about, $1 million each. So, well, a good machine, so you get 3 of them that do the job for you, right? And what are you going to add up to? $40 million, right? And it's just overpriced stuff, right? There's a lot of overpriced. It's got to barter. You got to figure out how to do this, and you can do it on yourself. We can employ people to do the job ourselves, So, that's the way I look at it. It's just cutting out the middleman, to do the job, right? Because you know what? If we had trillions of dollars of taxes, not taxes, like dollars of our own, then, fine, yeah, take this, we'll do this, that. But we don't have that. We've only got maybe whatever they're complaining about or whatever they're yelling about. We don't have this much, we don't have this much, we don't have this much. But yet they're wasting money, And governments waste money all the time, like hydro, we're paying for that. We're still paying for that, and they're raising up at hydro and all that kind of stuff. Or anything we do nowadays, wasteful money. Like, you hear it all the time, right? And I don't like to see that, right? That's why we have a referendum. We want to vote. Tell me what to do, and I do it, get it proposed out for you. Something good, fine. Perfect. I like that. You'll get credit for it. I'm happy. It's not all my side. It's all everybody's side, right? Oh yeah, the LRT, the new streetcars, they're coming out. The new streetcars coming out. They have a design flaw that I noticed at the exhibition, right? They have a small, basically a small steep ramp. So I don't know if a wheelchair guy can get in there or not, right? I don't have any pictures to show you because I tried to get it on the internet, but I couldn't find any on the inside. And also the weather conditions, ice, snow, whatever the case may be. If it's on that little ramp, or a woman that has stilettos or high heels and that kind of stuff, and let's just wipe out. I'm telling you, all you need is just a streetcar to do a little sudden thing, and it'll just wipe out. You're on the edge. The way the grooves and there's bumps in the streetcar, like in where the thing, there's not a standard a step or something, and it's a lot of curves. So basically, it's for tax-wise, I see what's going to happen. The city of Toronto is going to be liable, okay, which I don't like to see that, right? It's a dangerous effect. So everybody's like, what? They're spending, hundreds of $1 million on the streetcar, and yet they're turning around, and then they're going to spend another $500 million for the claims that people are going to, put into. So that's why I like to, I can get it modified, to change it, whatever the case may be. They say, oh, you can't cancel. Like, like what happened? If you cancel a contract, what happens is you're going to pay 10 times. You're still paying for the streetcar, okay? What happens is you're paying for it. But, if you're logical, we can get the people that build the streetcar, to be liable, because they can't sell you something unsafe, okay? That's the truth. They can't sell you unsafe. That's why I'm trying to see, whatever the case may be, how everything works. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to do what I want to be a council member. I want to be saving a lot of money off everything, really. And that's how I wanted to do this transportation. And stop estimating on property taxes, right? Property taxes, like, I don't want to see you guys every year, you have a little house, okay? You have a little house, and the thing's falling down anyways. And that little house is worth, $300,000. But you know what? Just one big windstorm, blow it over. That's still $300,000. How you supposed to? And then you charge you tax on that $300,000, right? That you live in a house that's going to fall over, right? Like, come on, that doesn't make any sense, right? And I don't like to see that. So I like to try to stop that, and just say, like, yeah, I like to stop that. It's kind of frustrating for that. Excuse me. I like to promote new companies here too. Companies, they to come in Toronto to work, to build, to create, and give them a tax break, right? They're going to pay. They're going to get their people are going to be paying taxes anyways, so they're going to get their money anyways, right? So that's how everything works, right? That's how everything works around. And the city, I can even make the city a lot more money We have our own stuff like recyclings and that kind of stuff. We get it for free for nothing. You see it on the street every day, right? Recycling. We build our own. You know, we're not giving it to anybody else. We're making our own product. I can even show you how to make it. I mean, there's no problem with that, right? You know, how to make stuff. You know, from garbage, waste, whatever the case may be. You know, whatever it is. Excuse me. But, you know, that's the way it is. And I like to see, you know, waste. Why give somebody else something when you can do it yourself for free, right? It's there. Well, a little bit anyways. You know what I'm saying. I also like to, for recreational permits, like for permits recreational, when they're too much, they're too expensive, right? Like, you know what, you get your kids' soccer team, you get your kids' football team, you get your kids', you know, field hockey team, whatever case, and you pay for a permit, right? So, and a permit's good, you know, which is okay, but the problem is it stops you from, you know, for people that thing. I've been booted off a field, okay? I didn't have a permit, but basically I was only by myself, but the field was not even being used. You know, you get a couple of kids to play and whatever the case may be, and you get booted off the field because you got no permit. Like, come on, wake up and see what you see anybody here. You know, sure, if there's a team ready to come play, you know, you get off the field, right? But, you know, as it happens to me, it's going to happen to everybody, right? And the parks and recreation, the parks are for you. Not for, you know, because if nobody's going to use it, what do they do? You know, that's a little problem. I'm kind of, you know, peed off about that one, but, you know. And, you know, I'm going to start a new sports team, like, you know, I call it wacky ball, fastball, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really have a proper name for it. But the game's going to be really fast, and the game's going to be really good. And I'd like to promote that, too. And see, that's tons of money for the city. You know, you got the stadiums, you got every occasion to be. The city's got the stadiums, you know, and they can basically use the stadium to make great vast amount of money. You know, you get a field of fans or whatever the case may be. I can get people from different parts of the countries and whatever the case may be. Like, you know, it's be like a local thing, like teams against, you know, local teams against local teams, and then you can go. You start somewhere small, and then you can move things up high, right? You can start an international team. That's what I like to see. I like to see done. But guess what? Where all the money's going back, it's going back into the city, making tons of money, right? You know, that's money, extra money. And also with I like to work with, you know, with the mayors and council and all kind of stuff, right? You know, the past time, like they're fighting and complaining, and you know, I'm not going to mention any names, but you know what, about the problems or drug problems or whatever. I'll work with any councilor that and any mayor that has any drug problems or drinking problems or schizo problems or anything that you can imagine, right, as a problem, as long as it doesn't affect us, the people, right, in Toronto. Like, you know, they come up with a good idea, you know, save money, I'm in. You know, I'm happy. I'd rather be saving money, improving the business, improving everything, to make new money. I'm happy for that, you know, because people, some days, you know, people are people, right? You have a good, bad, you know, whatever. And that's what I like to see. I want to see everybody to be happy and whatever the case may be, and have a good life, right? So instead of being stressed out, we're all stressed out. Okay, so I like to see that. And I'll work with any mayor and council member. I don't like to see them walk out. They say, oh, you know, some councilors say, well, we can't work with this mayor because people are, you know, we can't function. Why can't you function? He's producing an idea. He's saving you money. Why can't you listen to this guy, right? You know, why can't you listen to this guy? I mean, that's what it's all about, right? If you can't work for him because he has his own problems, what's that look? You know, he's still a mayor anyways, no matter what you look at it. But that's the way the people work. That's why I'm running for council, because if they can't deal with that kind of a problem and walk away and say, okay, well, that's a problem, that's why I'm running. That's why I'm running, because forget about the problems that they all have. You know, I'm there. You know, that's what I like to be, right? Okay, so that's where it goes. Also, I will propose elections every 4 years. Okay, we all have like for provincial, municipal, federal, you know, so have it on that time frame, right? And then basically we can talk about whatever the case can be, how to set it up. So you can get a day off okay? Like a day off. It's only once every 4 years, okay, that you get a day off. And so you can go vote for your provincial, federal, municipal, you know, you have all this thing, and whatever comes up, right? Who you want to vote for, whatever. This way you get a literature, whatever the case may be, you say, who do you want for your people to represent you, right? What you like or whatever. You know, I like to see that, you know. Because then taxpayers save tons of money. Because what happens, every time you have an election, there's putting taxing this and taxing that, and who has time to go out and vote? I don't have time to go out and vote. I like to vote. But you know what? Some days I'm so darn busy, I don't have no time for anything. Like I work afternoons. So, you know, and the problem is during my day I'm trying to get things organized, and then all of a sudden I have to go to work, and then or something does come up or whatever the case may be, right? So give time people. Like I work for a living too, okay? And it's just that give time people to recognize and you know, to see what's going on instead of being forced down their throat, right? And give them a day off and let them relax and let them enjoy themselves for a day. I mean, it's only once every 4 years, right? So that's the way I look at it anyway. So, and you know, I like to see everybody have a good time. And you know, I'm 56 years old, so that's why I want to, you know, to see everything happen, because I don't want to see the thing get rammed down and my taxes going up and your taxes going up. If you're a rich person, fine. If you want to donate money to tax, people say to me, oh, well, we would like to tax people. You know, I says, well, you know what? If you don't, I don't want to be taxed to the hilt, but if you're rich, donate your money to the government. You know, go ahead, donate it. That's okay. You know what? You donate your money to the government's happy. You know, so it's just the way it is. You know, you want to support the government, go ahead, support the government. I don't want to support the government. I support the government enough. Right? Everything you do, everything you buy, everything what you know. But if you have that extra money, go ahead, please. Support the government, you know. Every government, liberal, provincial, whatever you want. It's your money, go ahead, do it. You know, you feel good to do that, do that. But I don't like to see my money wasted. And that's why the problem is, that's why I have a problem. If it wasn't not wasting money, then I would say fine, right? But you're wasting my money. You see, look, $1 billion for e-health, $1 billion for hydro, billion, and then still paying on that one. You know, for G20, you know, you still just keep on paying. You're just paying and paying. Look at your tax receipt. Look at your hydro. Look at your gas bill. Look at everything. Like, just look at things, you know, before you say something, right? You know, and then, you know, if you really are persistent, you really wanted to, you know, give money, and you're saying to us little people, we want your money, you know, and the guys that are rich, and they're saying, oh, well, the little guys have to pay more money, you know, the government's telling you. I mean, the government's sitting on their butt doing nothing. Me, I want to do something. I want to, you know, express what I want to do, and this is how it goes. You know, this is why I like to do it. I want the people to tell me how it goes. I want everybody to tell me how it goes. And that's the way it should be. So, on October 27, 2014, please vote for John Letonja and Ward 6 at Etobicoke LakeShore South. And appreciate it. And not only that, I want you to be happy and healthy and whatever, you know, have a good life, right? And I don't want you to be, you know, worried about your tax money or whatever. I won't raise your taxes, okay? When they say, oh, we're going to raise 2%, I'm not in, sorry. You know, that's the way it is, you know, and that's the way it works. Because there's better ways of making money without taxing people. How much tax money before you go broke, right? How much do we need before we all go broke? You know, and that's the way it works. So all the best. God bless. Take care. Have a good life. And just remember me on 2014, October 27. And hope you elect me for Etobicoke LakeShore Ward 6 South. Thanks.